Okay. Okay, I wanted to go ahead and hit record from the beginning because I know a few people have to watch the recording because they couldn't get on tonight. So I want to be sure they had the whole thing.
Have you heard from Lisa?
I have not. Nope.
Okay. I didn't.
Nope, so I don't know. I'm going to apologize that I look a mess, but Carter has the stomach bug, and so I've just been, I know, I had to go get him from school. So I've just been literally on the couch, like watching TV and movies with him all day. So
that sounds like a good day to me.
Yeah, it has been. I just wish it wasn't with him sick. But,
I know.
Okay, so we're going to start our meeting out with a prayer, and then we'll go into talking about stuff.
Sounds good to me.
Dear Jesus, we thank you for letting us all come together again, and we just thank you for this wonderful opportunity and for these friends, and thank you for allowing Plexus to bring us closer together, be able to strengthen old friendships, make new friendships, and just be able to love on one another, help one another, and help us to always remember to put others first and to always put others' needs before ours. And please let people come into our paths that need what we have to offer and to help them with. We thank you for all of our blessings. Thank you for dying on the cross for our sins so that we may live in eternity with you. And we just thank you. And we also want to thank you for blessing the Hootons and the Wallers and for their kids, their daughters to be able to come home from the hospital this week, and please still be with the Hootons as they are still mourning their other daughter. So just thank you for all of our blessings. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Okay. I had a bunch of things written down, and then I got to looking at my list, and I was like, what's most important on this list? And so one thing that just keeps coming into my mind, and so I'm just going to ask. I mean, not just y'all, but just ask everyone. I'm asking myself, everybody. Do you truly believe that Plexus has something that can help people?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, very much so.
Okay, me too. So I got to thinking about this. I saw someone say it the other day, and I got to thinking about it could apply to all kinds of stuff. So we truly believe it. Okay, we've seen the testimonies, we've experienced it ourselves, we know what it can do. But yet, sometimes we're hesitant to talk about it.
Yes.
So I saw someone post the other day that if you were somewhere and someone told you that they had a headache and you had some Tylenol or Advil in your purse, would you offer them some?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's happened a million times. Oh, I've got a little bit of a headache. Oh, well, I've got some Advil. You want some? Okay. If someone, I was just thinking about, there's been several kids, including Cindy, one of your grandkids, who have had like sports injuries lately. Mm-hmm. Immediately, if you start talking about it, somebody starts talking about, oh, well, I know this doctor in Dallas, or I know this doctor in Waco, or I know this doctor in Abilene, or I know this doctor in Wichita. Oh, you need to try them. They're really good. Okay? Kind of same scenario. Or someone says they want to get their hair done. Oh, well, here's who I use. Someone, oh gosh, I'm one of them. All the Instapot recipes and just recipes in general, soups, people asking for soup recipes. We love giving our opinion, giving suggestions to people on all kinds of things. And we don't hesitate. I mean, I see something on Facebook about a recipe. Who has a recipe for tomato soup? Immediately, I'm clicking on there and I'm telling them. I saw a post today Um, well, I've seen 3 different posts in the last 2 days about people posting things that I know Plexus helps with. Without a doubt, I've read hundreds and hundreds of testimonials.
Mm-hmm.
It literally, like, I was like, oh my gosh, should I comment? Oh my goodness, what should I do? Oh, what if people get mad? What if people don't like that? Why? I mean, I'm right there with you. I'm just saying, why do I think that when I know it will help them? So I was really just started thinking about it. And so today, on one of them, I just went ahead and I said, you know what? I'm going for it. And I just posted in the comments, message me, hey, holler at me or something, because I think I can help you. Okay, or I know I can help you. I can't remember how I worded it. And I think they said, okay, I will, or whatever. So then another one, I chickened out, but I messaged them. I private messaged them. Okay. And I felt like that was a small step. Okay. But I want to get to the point, and it's like sometimes I'm there and sometimes I'm not, but I've got to figure out in here what it is that's holding me back. I should be commenting every single time, just like I would give somebody that Advil, tell them I have it in my purse, tell them about a doctor, tell them about a recipe, tell them about a restaurant. I mean, honestly, I should want to respond to those, to the health things, more than I do the recipes. So do y'all feel like that? Do y'all do that sometimes? Do you hesitate?
Just today, there's a girl for 2 or 3 days. She's been talking about how she can't sleep at night. And there's another one that's been commenting, which I have reached out to before, but she told me she couldn't afford it.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I'd really like to say is, well, you can't afford to not have any sleep either. But anyway.
Yeah.
But I hesitated, and then I started thinking, how can I approach this?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what her financial situation is, or what. I know she just got out of the hospital not long ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then to me, that would have to be the triplex, and I don't, as far as I'm concerned, everybody should be on. And if I could afford to get everybody on the triplex, I would buy it for them.
I completely agree. Yep. So that was my next question is, I think it's a couple of different things. So you brought up cost. Okay. So I do think a lot of times we are afraid they're going to think it's too expensive.
Yeah.
I think we need to reprogram our brains. What you just said, how can you afford not to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. I know me when I started, and I really think all 3 of us here, and I'm sure all the ones that are going to watch the recording, when I started, I couldn't afford it. It was not, we're not real budget people. We don't have like a budget, but I knew it really wasn't in our monthly scheme of things that I needed to add, $100 more to what we were spending.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that's an issue with people. I know Cheryl, when she first started and we talked about the triplex, what'd you say, Cheryl?
Can't afford it.
Can't afford it. Okay. So we've all said it. I bet if we polled all the Plexus people, I'm going to say at least 80% of people would say they couldn't afford it. Now we've got that, I know we've got some that could, obviously. But I would say definitely the majority of the people couldn't. So somehow they overcame it just like we did. So we figured it out. We were like, I know, like for me, I did have to start with just the slim like Cheryl did. And then eventually I added to it. But I think if I would have understood it more in the beginning, and they didn't have the combo when I started. So for one, I mean, she explained everything really well to me, but she wasn't like, oh, you really need to start this way. Because none of us knew back then. We didn't really know. Everybody started on Slim and Accelerator, and I couldn't take Accelerator, so I just started on Slim. But she did kind of teach me a little bit, and then it didn't take me long. But back then, you had to buy them all separately. So it was, I think, $10 more or whatever, because I think you saved $10 by doing it that way.
Right.
So that, is helpful that it's in a combo. But I've seen people talk about it, and I really think it's reprogramming your brain, because I spend $115 to get my hair done. Okay? Now, I don't get it done like a whole lot. Like, I wait a few months or whatever. I try. You can see I've got some gray right here. I try to stretch it. But when I do it, I spend $115. And I don't ever say, oh, well, do I need to be spending $115? No. I know my hair needs to be done, and I want it to be done, and I go get it done. Now, some people would look at that, that's a frivolous thing or whatever. And it's not a necessity in my life. So if I truly needed to cut something, I could cut that, or I could stretch it longer or something like that. Or, excuse me, we eat out way too much. I know that. It's at least $30, usually closer to $40 anytime we eat out, even just here in Olney, Back then, before I started Plexus, of course, I was buying Cokes. I'd go to Sonic, or even just the cans of Cokes were expensive.
Right.
Snacks, I ate a lot more. I ate more fast snacks, and then of course my medications. And so we've been able to really cut back on my medications, and so that has saved a lot. But I guess my point is, what value do we put on it? Like, I'm not even blinking twice about going to spend $115 on my hair. But yet I'm, in the beginning I was like, oh my gosh, can I afford this $85 bag of pink drink?
Mm-hmm.
So okay, we're going to talk about cost first. So that is probably what our number one holdup is when we don't comment on something, or we don't speak up when somebody's talking, is we're worried about cost. So if we reprogram our brain that, okay, we were there too, and we didn't understand in the beginning the value of it, but now we know it's invaluable. So let's put them in our spot where they're not seeing, more than likely, initially they won't see the value. Mm-hmm. And it's our job, even though we don't want to be salespeople, it's our job to sell them on the value. And I'm not talking about a sale because we want to sell. It's not, that's right. Not, we've got to sell them on their health value. And how valuable this really is to their health. So I think when we look at it that way, that will help us overcome being scared to comment or to speak up. Okay, so that's one area. The other thing is, I think sometimes we're scared of what they're going to think. And we're scared that somebody else is going to come on and comment something ugly. Or I think that. Do y'all ever think that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I usually try not to do anything on Facebook. I'll PM them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want people to to, say anything negative.
Yep. I'm right there with you. And that's why I PM'd that girl today. But you know what? Right now, I'm changing my mindset, because here's my thought on that. Two things. If I'm willing to put out there for everybody to see a restaurant that I like, or a hairdresser that I like, or any of those other things that I like, they can still come back and say, like, okay, say I go to Amy, okay? Well, I know Kayla, and I know Connie, and I know Debbie. They all do hair here in town. So if I put, Amy Johnson does my hair, and then someone down below me puts, Kayla does a great job, and then someone else comes and puts, I love Connie. Does that make me feel bad? Like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have put Amy. They're putting Amy down, or my opinion down, because they just gave 2 more opinions. No, it's no, it doesn't. It's nothing against me, and it's nothing against Amy. So if I go in and I say, girl, today it was smoking. She needed help quitting smoking. She was going to buy the Chantix. How do you say that? Chantix gum. Okay. People were talking about the bad side effects of it. So if I were to go in and put, I have something that I really think could help you. Here's my number, or hey, I'll PM you. That does 2 things. It puts me out there. Okay. Someone may come back down below and say, well, I don't know, what's another one? Thrive or something. I do Thrive, and that also helps, or I've done the Chantix gum and it was great, or, anything like that. I don't need to take it personally that other people are commenting just like I was commenting. Now, if somebody puts something like, all that stuff's a bunch of hullabaloo or something, then I probably just wouldn't respond. Most of the things I've read and listened to on that, they just tell you to not respond.
Right.
If they kind of kept on, I don't know what I would do. I might would PM them, or I might would just say, let's just agree to disagree. I honestly don't think something like that's going to happen. They might say, that stuff doesn't work, or whatever. And I would say, I have, lots of friends who it's helped. Or if it's something that's helped me with, oh my goodness, you wouldn't believe how much better my XYZ is.
Right.
So I think we're scared of someone kind of going against us or something. But I think people aren't going to like we think they are. And then the other part of that is when we do put it out there publicly, there are probably 50 other people that saw her post about needing to quit smoking that are also needing to quit smoking. And so if they see my comment, then they may be like, I'm going to ask her about what and they may not do it publicly. A lot of people won't. But they might PM me, or they might start following me, or friend request me, and then start seeing all my other stuff. So I think we are doing ourselves and our friends a disservice by being scared to talk about it.
True.
I just was thinking about this in my mind today. Does all that make sense?
No, I agree.
And you would think, I've been doing this for over 3 years now. You would think I would never be scared to talk to anybody about it. And I still get scared. And it depends on who the person is and who the audience is. And is it somebody like this girl today, her set of friends are different from my set of friends? I don't mean different in a good or bad way. They're just a different set of friends.
Right.
So if it would have been someone that was one of my friends, or that I knew a little bit better and knew her following better, I probably wouldn't have even hesitated. But I didn't really know how her followers would take my comment.
Right.
That is my own problem in my own brain, and I have to get it out and reprogram it. And I've heard it said before, when we take the focus off of ourselves and put it on other people, then we're not scared anymore. So when you put all that together, we know the products work. We know people need them. We read it, like you said, on our Facebook every single day. I can't sleep. I need to lose weight. I keep craving sugar. I need to quit smoking. My stomach hurts. I have depression, anxiety. My feet hurt. You know, all of it. Every day it's on there. So we just have to be proactive about it. And until, you know, if you're not to the point yet where you can publicly comment, then private message them and just say, make it real short and sweet. Hey, so-and-so, I saw your comment. I'll tell you what I said to her. Let me see. I haven't answered her question yet. I just said, girl, I can help you quit smoking. I'm not kidding either. Lots and lots of success stories on that. And you won't be taking something with bad side effects. I would love to help you. That's all I said. I didn't get into some long spiel about how it works or whatever. I don't even really know how it works. So, and then she just wrote back, what do you have? And I haven't answered her yet. But, so that kind of leads into, okay, how we're doing on time. We're doing good. That leads into my next thing of goals. You know, you really have to sit down and I would write them out. You know, what are your goals? Ask yourself, what do I want to do with this? You know, do I, you know, just am I fine trucking along, getting my products paid for, getting part of my products paid for? Do I want a couple $100? Do I want, you know, like $3,000 to $5,000 a month? Do I want to go all the way to the top and be diamond and be able to help a whole lot of people besides just having a great income, you know, for ourselves? But that puts you in a position to be able to help a lot of people. So you kind of have to ask yourself, what are your goals? What do you want out of it? And then from that, decide what your daily activities are. Okay? If you're somebody who is just an ambassador for the wholesale price, you don't care anything about getting your products paid for or anything like that, you just want the cheaper price, then their daily activity is going to look completely different from somebody who's wanting to make some money each month. Okay? Now, the person that just wants to make a little and the person that just wants to make a lot, honestly, their daily activities are a lot alike. It's just a little more time spent on it. It's the same things. It's just more of it. So say you're wanting to make, you know, $300 a month. You might reach out to 5 people a day. Okay? The person over here that wants to make $5,000 a month, they're going to need to be reaching out to maybe 10 people a day, you know, 10, 20, whatever. And then, you know, you hear some people talk about they're reaching out to 30 to 50 people a day. So you have to decide, you know, what do I want out of it? And then you literally have to reach out to people. Yes, we have to keep posting on Facebook because people are watching us and they have to see that we're truly passionate, that we truly believe in it. If we don't post, and then we're randomly messaging people, the two don't really jive together. You see what I'm saying? Like, if we never post about Plexus, or maybe we post about Plexus once a week, and, some people even, you know, every couple weeks or whatever. But then we're over here messaging people, oh my goodness, Plexus has changed my life. It would help you so much. Well, they're going to be thinking, if it's helped you and that many people that much. Why aren't you posting about it more? Okay, so they've got to see our passion. They've got to see our belief. But we can't just post. And I mean, I've had to learn that the hard way too, because in the very beginning, pretty much we could do that. We could just post. We could kind of tell our friends as we would see them. People would see us and they'd be like, oh, you look like you feel better. Oh, you look like you've lost weight. But because of the way Facebook does its algorithms, that just doesn't work anymore because people aren't seeing all of our posts. Okay? So we have to actively reach out to people on a daily basis. And I will tell you what helps me the most is I have a plan. I get my Franks list and I pick out names off of my Franks list that I'm going to message that day. Or sometimes I'll do it like tonight. I might do it for tomorrow so that I kind of already have it ready. And I go into it with a plan because when I don't, and I'm just kind of randomly thinking, what am I going to message today? Most of the time, all my messages don't get done. But if I actually have a list of people, then I will get all those done. And like, I'll set little challenges for myself. Like, okay, I have 10 minutes right now. Can I get 4 people messaged off of my list, in 10 minutes or something like that? And I literally have to like turn off whatever, like if I might be Facebook messaging, but I can't click back over there and just look at Facebook, because if I do, I get sucked right back in. I think we all do that. We start scrolling and clicking and we just, but that does not build our business. And that is not actively reaching out to people. We think, oh, well, we're working because we're commenting on people's stuff or whatever. But truly, messaging, texting, calling, all that's what's going to do it. That's what's going to get the word out better. That's what's going to grow our businesses. So from that, because I talked about the Franks list, that is going to be kind of like homework or whatever for next week, is to have a list of at least 100 people on your Franks list. Okay? And Franks stands for, I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. Family and friends, okay, is F. Well, I guess it's really friends. R is relatives. A is acquaintances. N is neighbors. K is kids. And S is service people / social media. And I kind of got that, Amy Paul stuck that social media on the end, because sometimes you truly are, the only way you're exposed to a person is on Facebook. Like, they don't fit into any of those other categories but your Facebook friends.
Right.
Okay? Or it might be somebody like that started following you on Instagram or something like that. Then that falls under the S. So I'm going to work on my Franks list. Everybody's Franks list should always be an ongoing thing. And so I'm going to make sure I've updated mine and I've added to it before next Wednesday. And I want y'all to do that. And I'm going to do it too. And I also want us all to write our goals down. Okay? I want us to write our, like our big goal. Like ultimately, what would we like? Okay? Our big, hairy, bodacious, whatever we call that goal. Okay? Mm-hmm. And then I want us to write, okay, where do I think I could be in, say, 6 months? Then, well, where do I want to be in 3 months? Where do I want to be in 1 month? And where do I want to be next week? Okay, because if we always, I'm really bad about, well, I want to be emerald by July 31st. Or, well, I want to be Ruby by convention, or, stuff like that. Real, just future stuff. For me, I need it to be more immediate, because sometimes when I look at the long term like that, it makes me procrastinate. But if I have like a weekly goal, a daily goal, I do a whole lot better and I get a lot more done. So Frank's list, goals, and I want you to give me an example, and I'm going to do it too, of what our DMO, our daily method of operation, could be to meet those goals. Because if we just have goals and we don't have a plan, then goals don't happen. They're just kind of like sitting out there. Oh, yeah, I'm going to do that. But we have to have a plan. I mean, just think about building a house. You have this grand view of this house that you're going to have. But if you don't have the plans to build it, then how's it ever going to get built? I mean, what if you tried to brick it before you poured the foundation? That doesn't even make sense, right? So we have to have a plan of action, and that's what our DMO is, our daily method of operation. That's exactly what that is. It sounds like a fancy thing, but it's really not. It's like, what do you do every day to help you meet your goal for tomorrow or for next week or for next month? Okay. That's pretty much all I had. I did want to remind y'all about the bingo game that we have going on. It's the bingo challenge. Go look that up on the team page. There's just little squares, and if you do the things in those squares and you get a bingo, then your name goes in a drawing for $25. Okay? It's just a fun little way to do some things, I thought. Don't forget about the January promotion. If you get 3 new customers and 3 new ambassadors and 500 PV, then you get a Garmin smartwatch. Don't forget about the trim up. I officially registered today. I have now completed day 2. Woohoo!
All right.
And the book. The reason I have not posted about the book is because I lost my book.
Oh.
Yeah, so I couldn't figure out like how many chapters to say to do. So I'm just gonna say.
I see mine.
You did. I think I'm gonna have to reorder it. So I think let's just say we're gonna start with the first 2 chapters. Okay. I don't know how long those are. I don't think they're very long at all. Maybe like 4 pages each chapter. So it won't take us long at all. So let's just start with 2. And then after that, we might can do more chapters per week. But this first time, let's just do 2 chapters. And what I'll do is I'll start a thread just about the book, okay, where we can comment on there about the book. And then we'll probably take like 2 or 3 minutes, maybe at the end of our meeting next week, to kind of talk about it. But I don't want to take up a whole lot of our meeting time talking about the book when we can do that on the computer.
Right.
So, okay. Does all that sound good to y'all? Or am I just a total crazy person?
No.
Okay. All right. So we've got a plan for the week. We're reading 2 chapters in our book. We're setting our goals, making our Frank's list, and writing down our DMO.
Gotcha.
All right. You good, Cheryl?
Cheryl?
Hello. I don't know where she is. Okay. All right. Well, y'all have a good night and a good week, and I will talk to y'all later.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.